Well, chit chat, Kit Kat. Oh my goodness. Well, this afternoon sometime, the door to my bathroom in the van should be done. So as soon as that's done, I can actually maybe hit the road for a few days, more than one day. But it's what? Is it Thursday, Friday? Saturday I've got my collaboration, so I've got to be somewhere where I have good internet. But maybe I'll do it from the van this time. We'll see. I have to go somewhere close because on the 31st, I have that new doctor that I've got to go see in way over in Alamogordo across the desert. I have to go to see this new doctor. And then hopefully he's going to get my thyroid medication balanced, and because it's really, really low. So I'm just grateful being on the carnivore that my weight is staying, stable, that it's not skyrocketing, which can happen when you have a total thyroidectomy and things are not balanced out yet. So I'm just really happy about that. And as you can see, I'm much better today. I'm through this first cycle of the oxalate dumping. My God, that was miserable. But I still have some of it. My joints are still, especially my wrists. Oh my God, it's really painful. That's why I'm not wearing my jade, because it's heavier and it's really irritating and painful. So I will get back to my jade, but for now, I'm giving it a rest because the joints and stuff are just, and then I was having shooting pains and stuff for a while in many areas of my joints and things because of the, I never knew about oxalates and oxalate dumping, and what was happening here is I was having to go to the bathroom every 20 minutes all night. It was flushing out and my eyes were watering and red and just felt like I had sand in them. And I was having some little breakout things that were going on from it. And the joints, the pain. Yeah, it's, I guess people develop kidney stones and stuff from the oxalates. And, but I'm through the first cycle of it. Thank goodness. And my eyes aren't red today. Okay, my skin is looking a bit better this morning. But we'll see. I'm still really sticking with the carnivore, and it's going well. Like I said, when my refrigerator died, everything that wasn't carnivore got thrown away. If you don't think that was a stink. Oh my goodness. So if it wasn't just straight carnivore stuff, again, it got thrown away. Anything that was breaded or, any of that, all of the condiments, everything got thrown away, everything. So the only thing I have in there is strictly carnivore stuff, and that's it. So, yeah, that's going on with that. So, yeah, today I should go out there and actually start up my refrigerator out there, because if it's running on propane, it takes a really, really long time for it to cool down. So I should go get that turned on this morning so that can start cooling. Now, if I get out and I plug into the electric, it cools it down much, much quicker. So I will go somewhere where there is the electric and spend a few days. I might go out to the usual place out to Elephant Butte because it's not too far. And I like the view of the water, such as it is. It's nice. Now they do have like a little river place out here, which I've never really stayed at, but also not a bad thing. So maybe I'll do that. What is today? Is today Thursday or Friday? Thursday. Okay. So this morning I got up and my weight was 141. So it's staying stable. Yeah, around 140, 141. So it's good. I'm not gaining weight. So that's being stable. Now I do want to lose about 20 pounds. But as long as it's staying stable, I can't, complain too much because with having the thyroidectomy and my medication is not stable yet. I will just be happy that I'm not gaining weight, so I will leave that there. Now, one thing I've been having that I got was, I did get the pork belly and had them make it into like bacon strips because that's really fatty. I have that. And then I did get some beef fat trimmings from the butcher, and I will just cook those up and have it in the morning sometimes too. Okay. Now, when you get the fat trimmings from the beef, a lot of times they'll have a little bit of beef still on it. Yeah. So those are quite good. So, yeah, I have that in the morning quite often. Either the pork belly ones or the beef fat trimmings. I will have those because on the heavy-duty carnivore, you're supposed to have 80% fat and 20% of the protein. Yeah, it's supposed to be really high fat. Now, I'm still increasing that, working on increasing it. In my coffee in the morning, I'll have hot coffee and I'll have butter. I'll have a big, huge thing of butter, at least a couple tablespoons of butter in it, okay? Because I'm trying to increase my fat level. If I have my burger, when it's done cooking, I'll put butter on it as well. So my meats and things, I am trying to, again, add more fats to it. And the more I watch the videos of people, I am absolutely gobsmacked at what happens. I mean, a guy that went in with stage 4 colon cancer reversed it with the carnivore. This woman that lost 500 pounds. I mean, it's, you see so many amazing stories. This one guy that was vegan, you see his, and I put up his picture before. He looked so ill, and then he got on carnivore, and he's like buff. You're going, no, Lord, have mercy. Very buff. And just story after story after story of major illnesses. One, I was amazed. Some kids that have had, what do you call it, autism got reversed with carnivore. Also, there was the one that she had MS really bad. She was in a wheelchair. It got reversed. MS. the more I watch these and the more I see testimony after testimony after testimony, I am so surprised. So I know that in my case, it reversed totally my diabetes. I had the diabetes, and it was, at one point they had me on metformin, allogliptin, and also shots for insulin shots. And now my A1C this last time came out to 5.1 for my A1C for 3 months. That's really, in the normal range. It's not high normal, it's normal. So, yeah. So, like I said the other night, when I was having the oxalate dumping and I was in the bathroom every 20 minutes all night, I knew it wasn't because of diabetes, because that's totally reversed. And I don't want it to come back. So what do I use for my sweetener now? Because I do have my coffee. That's the one thing that I'm not full carnivore on. I cannot do the lion diet, which is just the carnivore meat and water. I get very nauseated with just plain water. I can't do it. So I just still have my coffee, but I use the pure monk fruit, not Lancanto, because that's got erythritol in it. But I have it with the monk fruit. I get it from Tiki Hut. You can get the pure monk fruit from Tiki Hut, and you only use like a quarter or an eighth of a teaspoon is all you need to sweeten your coffee. And it's apparently having absolutely no effect on my thing because my diabetes is totally reversed. So, yeah, that's where that's at. I am continuing to go forward. I just hope I don't have a whole lot more of those oxalate dumping things. But now when it comes up, I know what it is. And I can deal with it. I just have to, yeah, you just hold on, you just hold on. So anyway, yeah, I've been watching more of those videos and just seeing how many people that had cancer, MS, I mean severe, debilitating, long-term illnesses, have them reversed. And so now I am an absolute believer in the carnivore. Now, when I went into it, I didn't know. I said, I've tried everything else. I'm just going to, I'm going to try it. And at first I had a difficult time. I got so nauseated with the fats. And it took a while to break through that cycle and be able to go there. But you stick with it, and it does get better. And, like I said, you have cycles. And one of the cycles is oxalate. When they start releasing those toxins, you can feel quite ill when it's flushing out of your system. The one thing I was having before with the diabetes, I was having horrible cramps in my legs. I mean, my whole leg, my foot would be turned in like a club foot. That would turn, my toes would go, my whole leg, the thigh, my whole leg would be in a massive cramp. And that is so painful. Oh my Lord, when that happens. And especially when you get the one where it pulls your foot in like a club foot. I had such bad time with cramps in my feet and my legs. Horrible cramps going. So since I'm doing this carnivore, I'm not having any of that, and hopefully none of that comes back again. So I'll just, let you know how it's going. But other than the oxalate dumping, which definitely I could say that was not fun at all. Other than that, it's going well, and I plan on absolutely continuing this. Yeah. But I have to say, it is so quick when you go to the grocery store. You go to the meat, the butter, the milk, and, maybe some cheese, a little cheese, and you're out of the store. All the middle of the store, unless I have to go get my coffee. Okay. That I have to go to one of the aisles for. But other than that, no, I don't go down any of the aisles. There's nothing there that I need, and it's so quick. And actually, when you're figuring out the cost of it, you spend a little more for the meat, but you're not buying condiments, you're not buying pretzels, you're not buying cookies, you're not buying, all of these other things that it winds up being really cost effective, in the long run. And you can't beat it when it comes to your health. So, I'm not telling everybody on my channel, don't get me wrong, because I have some people that will come back, well, I'll never do carnivore, okay, I'm not telling you have to. I'm just telling you my experience, okay? You do what you want to do. Like, I have a friend, and she's very much into fruit and veggies, but she realized that her body, she has to have some meat. Okay, she has to have some meat to keep her grounded. And she's had carpal tunnel. I found out oxalates can cause carpal tunnel. I told her that yesterday, and she was like, oh my God. So anyway, but, of course she's one of those that says, well, it works for you. And you can tell, I'm never going to be convinced. It works for you. But like I said, I never tell her that she has to be carnivore. But I do have one student that's gone carnivore and finding out the benefits of it. So, each to their own. I mean, you're the one that has to live in your body. I don't live in your body, okay? That's it. I just take care of the vehicle here. And I know that this vehicle is doing much better with the carnivore. And the more I find out about it, the more surprised I am. Ones that had heart problems went carnivore. There's a big heart surgeon, and he gets his people on carnivore. Okay. When I saw that one, when they had their whole body system done with all of the, the MRI, they went through their whole body system. Absolutely perfect. Okay. And so it winds up being proven time and time again when it comes to your blood tests, your other tests that are going on. Now, I have the fatty liver going on now. My doctor was very worried about it. And that can happen from the diabetes, and it can happen from the oxalates. I didn't know that either. So every time I go in, though, my tests are getting better. So I am sure that this is going to reverse it, okay? So I will let you know. I'm supposed to go in for a liver ultrasound in the last day, I think, of November. And so we'll see what carnivore does for that in that amount of time. Now, last night I did have the liver, and I do feel better today, okay? I think I just need to, really for me, have more liver in my diet. That works well for my system. I can't tell you for your system. You have to figure it out for you, what works for you. But every time I eat liver, I do feel better. So it's a good thing that I'm quite fine with the taste of liver. Now, I ran into a lady, it was funny. She was in the grocery store yesterday too, Albertsons. And she asked the butcher, where do you have liver? And she told her where to find it. Now, I kept looking for liver in that store too, could never find it, but it was in the frozen area, okay? And this lady, I said, I like the liver too. And she asked if I'm from the East, and I said my mother was. My mother's Pennsylvania Dutch. She goes, my family too. Do you do liver and onions? I said I used to love liver and onions, yes. So that was funny. I ran into somebody else that also had like Pennsylvania Dutch heritage. So growing up, my mother she was really a good cook, I have to say. She was a great cook. And the best thing is coming home and smelling baked bread, fresh baked bread in the oven, and you get that warm bread with a butter on it, okay? And, we grew up having a lot of meat and potatoes, that type of thing, very heavy subsistence. But yeah, I was very fortunate. My mother was a very good cook. I hear people's horror stories that their mother couldn't, she would burn something open in the can. It's like, oh. So I was fortunate. But my mother is Pennsylvania Dutch, so we had a lot of sweets and sours dishes, which is not great, when you're develop diabetes because you're so used to eating all the sweets and sours and things. So, yeah, we had a lot of sweets growing up and things. Yeah. But, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to leave this here. Enough rambling about the carnivore, but I am absolutely amazed the more I find out about it and the more I see really serious illnesses totally reversed. I just it's amazing. I can't say unbelievable because they're right there. They're telling their testimony, So I can't say unbelievable. It is believable because I see, like I said, what's happened in my own life with the total reverse of the type 2 diabetes. And so I'll never go back. That's for sure. I'll never go back because I don't want diabetes again. I don't want to have to take metformin. I don't want to have shots. I don't want to have to take all those other medications. And my doctor, when she sees the labs, she's just amazed at the labs that are coming back. So anyway, I hope to have a really good report in November when they do the scan for the liver. I think it's just going to get better and better with carnivore. So I'll leave that here. You do what you want with your body. I'm not telling you have to become carnivore. Please don't take it that way. I'm just telling you what's happening in my world, and maybe it's something to consider if you are having major difficulties, medical issues. It could be something to check out. That's all I'm saying. Don't shoot the messenger.